Let's talk about Hasan Piker now. So Hasan Piker, like the biggest streamer on the left, probably one of the biggest streamers, period, from what I understand. He's said shocking things about conservatives, about America. And it's funny, no matter how toxic he is, the mainstream media will not stop platforming, which is so funny. Because if you're on the right in media and you say something like, we should have closed borders where we can actually vet people who come in. Or alternatively, you say, yeah, Black people as a whole, population in the United States, they tend to commit more crime than, let's say, the white population. You will be, you might be debanked. I know I've been debanked. You will be blacklisted from any type of major event or large corporation. You're not going to, as a right-wing podcaster, be getting sponsored by like Google or anything like that, because you're going to be considered too toxic, too controversial, too edgy. However, totally different set of rules if you're a left-wing commentator. Like, you can literally say that America's white supremacists, call for blood in the streets revolution, and then the next day Mark Zuckerberg will be like, hey, come on over, let's talk. It's a little bit frustrating, I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, that's basically Hasan Piker in a nutshell. Like, I think he went to the Met Gala or like some huge event, and it's like, this guy has literally said that America deserved 9/11, and we're going to be going over that. Optimistic realizer Hasan Piker doesn't debate people. He's a coward behind a microphone. Karasu 737, who, behave yourself, maybe you'll get the mod back. Hasan deserves a deportation. Okay, well, let's see what he actually said recently, because he was actually just platformed and like promoted by the New York
where
Times.
I'm not like,
and now he's saying terrible things once more.
where I'm not like automatically saying like you are the devil if you've had any positive associations with Israel, because I understand that. Just like I understand where people are coming from with even white supremacist attitudes that they might have had, like the residual white supremacist blind spots that they have that end up rearing their head in their decision making, because America is, in its foundation, a white supremacist country. This is very frustrating for Republicans to hear. This is even frustrating for liberals to hear sometimes, but it's just the truth, right? And so my assessment always is, yeah, there's going to be some things that people say that are going to be objectively heinous, some implicit biases that they have. But I don't treat people that have those implicit biases as like permanent villains. I try to talk to them coming from a place of understanding and try to identify exactly how they arrived at that conclusion, and then change their mindset, and to hopefully help heal in that process, and to ensure that they don't fall into those same traps again.
Okay, so Hasan Piker here is trying to make himself seem like, oh, I'm reasonable. I, don't judge people too harshly on their opinions. I like to talk about. No, you don't. It would be great if that were true, but objectively, that's not what you do. And I think it's pretty clear that you're lying, because you can't even help yourself but call America a white supremacist country while you're attempting to play the moderate. And obviously, it goes without saying that America is not a white supremacist country. And it's so crazy because, like, I'm pretty vocal about criticizing the government because those are my political views. There's not really a country where I'm like, I love this government. I don't like the government, right? I'm right wing. I'm not a libertarian, but I'm just, I don't like the government. But because I criticize the government, there are leftists, like liberals, who they'll feign outrage and say things like, you hate America. First off, they don't care about hating America. If I actually did hate America, they wouldn't say anything. Like, Hasan clearly hates America, but he'll say stuff like this, and the far left will say stuff like that. That's just openly hateful toward America and Americans. And the liberals, the mainstream Democrats, they'll say nothing. But then when someone like me or someone on the right criticizes the American government, then they're like, oh no, you hate America. It's like, please. You don't care about hating America. If we did hate America, you would be like right there with us. You're just pretending. You're feigning patriotism in order to try to get a one up on us. And it's ridiculous. But yeah, Hasan Piker, he's like doing the podcast rounds because he's like a mainstream guy now, which is pretty crazy. He's actually he's actually campaigning with who is this guy? Some congressional candidate.
For far too long, we've been told you have to vote for harm reduction. We all know the Republicans are corrupt. We all know that they're monsters, they're racist, they traffic in hatred. But we are here to say we are no longer going to vote for do-nothing Democrats either. We're voting for Democrats with a purpose. For far too long.
Yeah, so I mean, he's like, they're basically trying to whitewash him. I'm like let's not forget this is what he said.
Literally, it doesn't matter. He can prep with whoever he wants. He can prep with Benny Morris if he wants. There is no what you support terrorism ? No, I don't. I don't support the state of Israel, and I don't support the state of the United States of America. Literally doesn't matter. He can prep with whoever he wants. He can prep with Benny Morris if he wants.
Yeah, so I mean, like, he's literally saying he does not support America, and it's crazy because he's like one of the biggest streamers on Twitch, I'm pretty sure, whereas right wingers get banned on Twitch like at the drop of the hat. There's a reason why I'm not bothering to stream on Twitch, is because I'm pretty sure I would be banned almost immediately. But Hasan Piker, he can like actually not only just say terrible things about Republicans and America as a whole, he can shock dogs on screen, and he's still there. He's still like, if you are a leftist, basically you play by a different set of rules. Like, I've not really heard of any leftist commentators or media figures who have been debanked, but it's like basically everyone on the right has, like, Alex Jones has been, I think Candace Owens has been, Laura Luma for sure, Nick Fuentes, me. But none of that stuff ever happens to people on the left, no matter how radical that they are.
Property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
Well, my understanding,
like, this is way worse than anything Nick Fuentes has ever said. Like, let's be clear. But I mean, Hasan Piker, again, he's not the one who's been attacked by every mainstream media outlet. He's not the one who's been debanked, put on a no-fly list. It's insane, the lack of consistency. Yeah, 65 times Hasan Piker endorsed political violence and terrorism.
I'm saying it. We fucking totally brought it on ourselves, dude. Holy shit.
Every type of armed resistance against both the settlers and also the Israeli occupying force in the West Bank. Doesn't matter if it's your favorite podcasters
Red capitalist
like
blood,
Wife
yeah,
that
cornball,
participate in these raids. The violence that the Palestinians.
Yeah, and his poor puppy in the back. So I mean, you do have Van Jones. He apparently tried to condemn Hasan, but he got like 150 views or something on YouTube. So clearly not a very popular opinion amongst the left. And this is what frustrates me in the right wing sphere. There's so much gatekeeping. There's so much policing. As we just discussed with the Daily Wire, like, we spend more time on the right policing ourselves than we almost do criticizing the left sometimes. Like, it's that bad. Versus on the left, they never punch left. It doesn't matter. And not only do they not punch left, but they actually try to mainstream the more radical elements of their own group, of their own movement, right? The New York Times is platforming Hasan Piker in a positive way. Democrats are campaigning with him. You don't see that with the right-wing streamers. Like, even if we're not going to talk about Nick Fuentes, you don't see, I don't know, Daily Wire doing, or, you know, Fox News doing puff pieces, trying to mainstream Asmongold and introduce him to more people, or mainstream congressional candidates actually campaigning with these streamers. It just doesn't happen. We shoot ourselves in the foot. We try to alienate our own supporters. It's like we're crabs in a barrel. It's honestly really frustrating. Diamond Clarity, Hasan is typical upper class Marxist who orders his minions to do the killing. I mean, yeah, essentially. And I mean, there's a whole other rabbit hole we could go down about his hypocrisy concerning his alleged, like, socialism or communism. There are people who have clipped him wearing, you know, glasses and rings, jewelry worth thousands of dollars, flying first class. Meanwhile, he's complaining about landlords telling his followers to kill them in the street because they're capitalist pigs. Like, bro. And what's also really funny is that he did this streaming tour of China, which I was really interested to see. Because obviously, he's a leftist, so he's going to disagree with the right on China. So he likes the fact that China calls itself communist. But if the US tried to adopt any of the policies that make China clean and safe, Hasan would oppose them, right? I mean, China doesn't have open borders. China doesn't have like no cash bail. China doesn't have people who have been violent 20, 30 times still out on the street. And like all of these leftists who were glazing China while Hasan was there, like you would all fight tooth and nail if America tried to do anything that China does to, even trying to protect its cultural homogeneity. They recently passed a law in China saying that, minority languages like the Uyghurs, whatever, they can have their own language in schools, but you also simultaneously need to learn Mandarin as well. If America tried to say that all schools must teach English, even if it's in addition to another, he would probably call that white supremacist or xenophobic or something like that too. It's just like, I mean, we did a different stream a while ago, and it's like the libs who love Japan, and especially the women who will talk about, oh, it's so safe, I love being in Japan, and then simultaneously, like they're voting for Soros-backed prosecutors, they're pro open borders. It's like you would fight if we tried to, import any of these policies.